you have my permission to record this conversation if you would like to.
All right.
It might be interesting to you if you're able to do so. Are you able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, well, please do. Anyway.
What's your name?
Okay, my name is John Gary Peeler, P-E-E-L-E-R, like in potato.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I live at 4801 North Cedar Street, North Little Rock, Arkansas, 722, let me look at my zip code, 72, well, I'll get it here in a minute, 721, 72116-6482. Okay, and my telephone number is area 501-758-1352.
Thank you, Glenn.
Okay, and recently, in the last, a few weeks ago, I was taken to the FBI office and threatened and interrogated in Little Rock, and the reason I wasn't given a polygraph test.
Okay, just a minute, just a little slower.
I'd read your recent newsletter about another Pearl Harbor, and Tony Alamo is 100% correct. I volunteered and went undercover and worked undercover for the United States government, for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and the Federal Bureau of a task force that was made of different agencies in 1988. Okay, and back then the Klan was in Arkansas was getting to be a big thing, and they joined up with some Muslims, and they were getting ready to do some dirty work.
Can you hold on just a moment again?
I'm sorry, what?
Hold on just a moment.
Okay. So what happened? The Klan didn't have any money back then in '88. They were getting loan money and loan membership. So they joined up with some Muslim terrorists, and because they both hate the Jews and want to overthrow the United States government. You see what I'm saying? It made sense to them at the time, because they hate Jews and want to overthrow the United States government. So I met with these leaders like Mr. Wilbur Hale, the High Phineas Priest, the Klan. To be a Phineas Priest, you have to murder two people in cold blood that they tell you to murder. I mean, it's something that you don't get very easily. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, I was undercover in these organizations and stuff. I had the best intentions in the world. I wanted to stop the black church burnings and to stop the Rehoboam. Do you know what the Rehoboam is?
No.
That's good. Okay, that means you don't know much about the Klan, because that means the racial and holy war. That's what they were wanting to start a racial and holy war to tear the country apart to where their white supremacy people could take over. So anyway, what I did, I had the best intentions in the world. But when I was with the ATF, with Bill Buford and Glenn Jordan and all these guys and Secret Service agents, Kenneth Edwards and these people, they forced me, they got ways of forcing people to do things, they forced me to target certain people that they didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people were bad people, some of the people in my position, God is the only judge of what people really are, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they had a targeted list. And one of the interesting things that you will find about the targeted list is Tony Alamo, ever since 1988, he's been on that list, to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of the government list of things to do. In fact, I refuse, one of the reasons I had a falling out with the government is I refused to target, befriend, and entrap and frame Tony Alamo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go up there, I went up there one time, talked to a few of the people and stuff, and then I refused to go up there. Were nice Christian people. I couldn't find no fault with them, you know what I'm saying? So I refused to target, befriend, or entrap any of these people from Arkansas. And I was talking to some of the people. I didn't go to the center. I talked to some people at a restaurant that were members of the Alamo Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Real nice people. But I told the government that I just like when I read Tony Alamo's, his current newsletter that I've got here in the desk in front of me about another Pearl Harbor, that sent chills up and through my spine, because he is 100% correct. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Most American people won't believe him, but he's 100% correct.
Right.
Because I watch the History Channel and study history. I'm working on a degree in history right now myself. I got a degree from the University of Arkansas Little Rock, but I'm working on a master's degree in history. But anyway, the president, a lot of people knew about Pearl Harbor, but there were a lot of Germans in America. We didn't want to go to war against Germany. We'd go to war against Japan. So they knew that Pearl Harbor was going to happen. But hold on, I need to get a drink.
Yeah.
This all tears me up, all this stuff, because it's so many people and so many deaths involved. Because, see, while I was undercover with these people, okay, the people that I was with, the Klan and these people, the Muslims and the Klan people I were with, they were planning to blow up the Oklahoma Federal Building and the World Trade Center. It was two of their main targets they had. According to all their Turner diaries and all their literature and all their stuff they put out. I helped them plan both of these things. You see, well, I'm not proud of it. I'm just telling you the truth.
Right.
I helped them plan it, but the government swore to me they were going to stop it before the incident was executed. You see what I'm saying? I met Tim Tuttle 5 different times in Arkansas and went one time to Oklahoma Federal Building to check it out to see how much explosive info would be involved we would take to blow up the building. But I was under the impression that the government gave me that they were going to stop it before it happened. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyway, they didn't stop it, obviously. But do you need to get another line?
That's okay.
Okay. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, but anyway, what happened is the government, see, we busted some of these people that were involved in stuff, but the government didn't think they might carry through it and stuff. But what they did, they jumped in the ball game. They were about to do away with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms because of the Ruby Ridge thing and all this stuff and combine them with the FBI. They were doing away with a lot of CIA agent positions because the Cold War with Russia was, gearing down. So anyway, all these agents were going to be out of trouble, out of jobs and stuff. So anyway, what they did, they knowingly allowed the Oklahoma thing to happen, and the reason they let it happen is because their budget went up 3 to 5 times, their number of agents went up 3 times. Right after it happened, Congress and the American people were ready to give them all the power and all the money they wanted and to keep the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms going. But anyway, the stuff I'm telling you about right now, anyway, before they executed Tim Tuttle, also known as Timothy James McVeigh, he told them that he knew that I was undercover with the feds and that I was more involved and knew more about the Oklahoma bombing than he did. So what he did, he got in touch. Well, the BBC was not allowed to get in touch with him or talk to him, but that through his lawyers and stuff, he got in touch with them, gave them my address and phone number, and they called me up and asked permission and came down on my doorstep and did an interview with me about my involvement in the Oklahoma bombing. To my knowledge, it's only about a 30-minute special, and I'm only on it for a few minutes. But anyway, I told them all the people that they needed to talk to and so forth, and they went to talk to all these people, and they talked to them. And the name of the show on the BBC channel, the biggest channel in the world, Channel 4, was The Secret Rulers of the World was the name of the production. I've got a copy. I'd like to share it with y'all sometime if I can get a copy of it made or something to send to you or something.
Right.
But right now, I want to send you a letter with some written information in it, and you have my permission to send any of your people down, talk to me, give me an interview. But let me tell you, I can prove for a fact that I'm ashamed of it, and I hated that it happened the way it did with my government involvement, but I can prove 100% that I was involved in the Oklahoma bombing, in the World Trade Center #1 and #2 attack. I wrote letters to President, I wrote a letter to Bush. Well, the first one, I wrote a letter 3 weeks before the Oklahoma bombing to the President to warn him about it, because I was afraid they was going to go ahead and let it go through. But they went ahead and let it go through and happen anyway. But so what I did 3 months before the World Trade Center second attack, I wrote a letter to Mayor Giuliani and the President of the United States. And anyway, the FBI, that's one reason they interviewed me this last month and took me into their station. Well, they came to my house and threatened me and had me go down to the FBI headquarters in Little Rock and take a polygraph test about my involvement in the Oklahoma bombing, the World Trade Center 1 and 2 attacks, and another thing I was involved in was the Waco murders. Anyway, I was in Bill Buford's office at TCBY building in Little Rock, talking to him about the book of Revelation, the most misunderstood book of the Bible. And anyway, we were talking about it and so forth, and I volunteered to go to Waco to be on what they call I didn't get to go and didn't go, thank God, but I volunteered to go to the Waco turkey shoot. They told me they were taking the most ammunition, the most weapons they ever took in the United States to a bust, and that they did not plan to take David Koresh alive. They planned to kill him. This is before they went down there. And I talked to Bill Buford and Glenn Jordan and other agents in office, and Bill Buford told me, I said, well, just because they say they're a Christian group, I said, you better be sure to watch your ass. Guess where he got shot at?